Namaste. Welcome to the very first episode of our special series, Unblocking the Money Journey with It. Have you ever wondered how hard you work? The money doesn't stay, grow, or flow how easy it should be. The real reason isn't often in your effort, in your luck, or in the market. The deep inside, the old beliefs, the silent fears, the blockages which is pushing away the abundance from you. In this series, we'll be completely focusing on how to remove these money blockages so that money can flow freely, naturally into your life. Hi, Preeti.
Hi, Shruti. Thank you for this.
Thank you. So, my very good friend Preeti, she'll be guiding you through a very gentle subconscious rewiring technique, how to remove these blockages, which is the first step to remove this invisible wall around the blockage of money.
That's right. And we will be inviting more wealth and abundance into our life. Simply by making the mindset change.
And I'm also very curious to know about it.
Shruti, I think you would have heard of the saying, right? Money doesn't buy happiness. But I think unhappiness is a lot more bearable when you're having money.
Preeti, I thought money is just a currency or a note or a coin. So, what do you actually mean by money?
Well, money in the bank is one form of money and wealth. But to be really basic about what money means, it is energy, like everything else in the universe. Which means like someone could be penniless as per bank accounts, but they could still have that frequency of wealth and abundance in their life. And for them, money just comes in as and when they need it.
Stay tuned to know more about the common money blocks and how to remove this. So let's talk real. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to our special series, Unblocking Money, the Journey. So, Preeti, we were talking about the common blocks of money.
Every blockage about money, about anything at all, it begins within us, within our subconscious mind. The beliefs, the negative programming that has been instilled by our parents, our primary caregivers, the ones who mattered in our life.
If you take into my consideration, how do I feel money when it comes? Most of the times when money comes, I feel anxious and stressed because rather than enjoying the money getting into my balance, I feel what should I do next? How to manage the fund? Where should I invest? How to utilize it? How much should be used for my happenings, daily routines, or how much should be saved in the bank? Or where else I have to spend it? Will it go on the right way? Will it be utilized for hospitalizations or any other negativity? Or will it be used for entertainments or any other savings? So there are more of confusions and anxiety in my mind whenever the money flows. So sometimes see money comes, but it is not like it's one time money. Then again I'll be having a thought, will the money come back again? The other time it's like hand to mouth. The other time it is like, for example, I'm earning 10 rupees, but the expenses will be 20 rupees.
That's right.
So I could see a lot of anxiousness and stress rather than enjoying and glorifying it.
Shruti, it begins many centuries ago. Our human mind is wired for survival. All right. So over the centuries of drought and famine and just terrible living conditions, we have been programmed to look at everything in terms of survival. How do I go to the next day? Okay. It's never about thriving, and that's where the magic lies, in the now.
So it is said that it has come in our DNA then.
Exactly.
The survival instinct has come in our DNA.
It is coded in our DNA. We have stopped to look at this moment and we are looking into the future, and a very bleak future at that.
So it's more of a survival instinct rather than the generational wealth happening.
That's right. That's right. So we should start, first of all, living in this moment. Money comes in, look at it as abundance that has come in, not a source of anxiety about what will happen in the future. That will take care of itself. Live in the moment.
Relate one thing. See, for example, as a mother, most of you might be knowing, when you have a toddler as a child, you will be more anxious rather than playing with the child that moment. You might think, what happens if my child grows much bigger and taller, so I can't pamper her the same way I'm doing it right now, hug her and play her with the child. And instead of enjoying those beautiful moments, we'll be more anxious about the future, right?
True.
So I think the same thing.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing with money. Basically, we have forgotten how it is to receive.
Yes.
We have forgotten the joy of receiving or thriving in this moment.
Yes.
And that's where the magic lies. That's where we have to work.
Oh, nice. So what should we do to know more about how to remove the common blockages, myths and old beliefs about money? So let's talk real.
Namaste.
Welcome back to the special series, Unblocking Money, the Journey Within. Folk, let us know, what do you feel the moment the money arrives into your balance? Whether you feel fear, anxious, stressed, confused, please leave into the comment section. And Preeti, being a spiritual person, most of the time I feel earning money or money itself is evil. Like
asking for money.
Yeah, asking for money. I mean, asking more for your whatever service you give or whatever you
That's right.
manufacture, whatever it is. You feel it is evil.
That's right.
How is it?
This is the programming around money, that it is the source of evil. But we are forgetting one very important point. It is not the money that is evil. Money is an energy. It can be used for good or for bad. So just because it is being used for bad, the tool or the energy doesn't become bad. So we need to rewire this. See, being a spiritual person, you are human. You need food on the table. You need clothes on your back. You need roof. And that's all coming with money.
And at the same time, also feel the shame and guilt in asking for money.
The guilt and the shame begins with that notion that money is evil. Okay, and we have already looked at that. It's not evil. It is how you use it that matters. The second belief that many of us struggle with is that money is really hard to come by. Okay? That we have to work so hard and give up our soul and sacrifice a lot of things so that we can see huge money.
We have seen our parents doing that.
Exactly. I grew up with this notion that money doesn't grow on trees, so some things have to be compromised on to get the necessities. And frankly, that is really not the case. When you rewire your mindset around money, and when you take aligned action, when you're aligned with this energy of money, it can be effortless, it can be joyful.
We have also seen that when a huge money comes in, we feel feared and anxious. Also, we feel like insecure, right?
That's right. There's a lot of fear surrounding huge success, huge money, because somewhere there is that feeling of insecurity that I may have to give up other things. Okay? Like I used to be really fearful of success because I felt that if I'm traveling all around the world and my family is going to be here and I'm not going to be able to take care of them the way I am right now.
Coming episodes, we'll be learning more about how to feel ourselves comfortable in receiving the abundance, the generational wealth. So let's talk real.
Namaste.
Welcome back to our special series, Unblocking Money, the Journey Within. So previous episodes, we were learning about the fear and the anxious surrounded in the energy of money. So we are going to deal with it now.
That's right. So often money is associated with fear, anxiety, The moment it comes into our account, we are literally looking at expenses, bills to be paid. There's always that fear that this money is not enough. So instead of thinking of it as something negative or having anxiety, why don't we transmute that into gratitude? Why? Because every time you pay a bill, every time you have an expense, you're receiving something, right? You're receiving a convenience. Like when you pay electricity bill, you're having power in your home. When you pay for medicines, you're looking at health, right? So instead of looking at it as an expense, look at it as energy exchange for something you're receiving in return.
Energy exchange, there's a law. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but transferred from one form of energy to another. So this is again a transfer of energy to receive something.
Precise, right? So today we are going to be doing an exercise or a technique. All right. For this, we are going to be needing a currency note. For those doing electronic transfers, just watch and we will give you a technique for that too. Anything at all. It could be just 10 rupees or it could be 5,000 rupees. But we are going to transform anxiety into gratitude. All right. And it begins with this currency note. So what we are going to do is look at this currency note, look at it with love, with so much of gratefulness, because this money is going out there and giving you something that you require in your life, right? So we're going to look at the money and tell it that, dear money, I really love you. I'm so grateful to you for bringing joy and comfort in my life. Please go out there and bring more of your kind into my life in a happy and blessed way. All right. So you're going to do this a couple of times until you feel that joy of having this in your hand, and it will come. When you start merging with the energy of this money, it will come. The gratitude and the love will come. And once you're satisfied and you're feeling good, your vibe has increased, you will go out and spend this money. Okay. I'm not talking about charity, but if that is your thing, then please go ahead. You'll spend this money in any which way. You could buy something for yourself, you could get food, have a snack, or you could purchase something that you have always wanted. But the key point is that this money should go out into circulation. Why? Because this is charged with your love, with your gratitude. And when it goes out, you are telling it to bring more of its kind into your life. Okay? When you start doing this a couple of times, every time the bill goes out, every time you're paying money, all right, you're rewiring for it's coming back. At some point it's coming back in a happy, blessed way.
So you're changing the anxiousness into happiness.
Exactly. every time the bill goes out, every time you're paying money, all right, you're rewiring for it's coming back. You know, at some point it's coming back in a happy, blessed way.
So you're changing the anxiousness into happiness.
Exactly. You know, to looking, to receiving for abundance. Okay.
Nice.
So when this goes out and brings more of its kind, please do this exercise every once in a while with any kind of currency note and spend it. Don't hold it, spend it. You know. So when it comes back, give the same thank you when it comes, and when it is going out as a bill or an expense, once again say thank you. And there's a beautiful word for this called arigato in Japanese. So arigato money is a concept that has been put forward by this Japanese businessman Ken Honda. Awesome books he writes, and I would suggest that you give it a look.
Great.
So every time you have an expense, say arigato money, thank you.
So it's a guided technique.
Yes, very much.
Nice.
Now, and it works like a charm.
Tried and tested.
Very much. So go ahead, charge your money and send it out into the world, because abundance is your birthright.
Okay, definitely we'll be doing this in the next immediate spending.
For those of you doing online transactions, which is pretty much all of us, just before you hit that UPI pin, please say arigato money in your mind, right? Thank you money, please go out there and return to me in multiples so that I am blessed.
Okay. So stay tuned to know more about the secret codes, how to unveil the money blockages. So let's talk real.